Hey guys, welcome back to the Marvel Champions gameplay video. I'm Earth Twister, and I'm excited to be bringing you Ghost Spider in protection against Expert Venom with Standard 3. And normally I don't play with Standard 3, and actually I really don't like it. But I decided just to switch things up a little bit this time. It felt like Standard was maybe getting a little old and predictable, although predictable is kind of a different word to use here, maybe not the correct one. But right now we are shuffling up the encounter deck, making sure it is good and mixed. I've done a few practice runs on dragon cards with this deck, and I've had to make some changes and some edits, and I think I've come up with a pretty good one for Ghost Spider. So if this works well for us, I'm going to go ahead and post it over on Marvel's CDB, so make sure to stick around to the end to find out if it's going to be posted. And of course, if you want to cheat and figure out how the game goes, you can scroll down to the description, and if it's linked there, you'll find the deck and you'll know how the game went. But the game went really well in the practice run that I went with it. It was a lot of fun playing on dragon cards. So we'll just see how well it goes this time and hope things will work out in the end. If we lose really quickly, of course, I will probably just not post this video. I will redo it, and I will mention somehow that I lost. Otherwise, we're just going to go for it. All right, so I think the player deck is good and shuffled. All right, so let's finish setup. We got Bell Tower and Tooth and Nail in play. He gives us Tooth and Nail. Let's go ahead and flip this up. This is on the quiet side. This comes in with 2 threat. This comes in with 8, so let's go ahead and use a bigger die. 8 threat. All right, and then once he takes any amount of damage, we can remove threat here, or I can also thwart it manually, which is what I ended up doing last time. So he has a toughness. His health is set to 18. Mine is set to 10. Let's draw our starting hand. Riposte, Genius, Phantom Flip, True Grit, Ghost Kick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Not today. Honestly, I know that this is probably not the best thing to do, but we're going to get rid of these 4 cards. And we'll draw, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, hard to ignore. So I was really trying to figure out a way to not do the Web of Life and Destiny setup with her, but it is just too good not to do it. So I've gone with it. It's part of the deck, and we'll just see how well it works for us this time around. I'm excited about it. I love playing the Web Warriors, but I feel like Web Warriors are just always used. The kit is always used with the webs. But as it is, let's go ahead and start the game. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and flip up. There's no reason to stay down. And I am going to throw in the Web of Life and Destiny for free because I am a Web Warrior. Her response is after I resolve an interrupt or response ability on an event. Ready and Ghost Spider. So what do I want to do here? I think I'm going to go ahead and thwart 1 off of Tooth and Nail, dropping it to 7. And then I'm going to use Genius to pay for Phantom Flip. After Ghost Spider uses a basic power, which was my thwart, remove 5 threat from a scheme. So we're going to drop this down to 2. Okay. Then, because I resolved the thwart thing there, we'll get to ready. I'm going to use True Grit to pay for Hard to Ignore. We'll get some good passive going. We'll thwart 1 more off of Tooth and Nail, and then we'll remove the last threat next turn. So we'll ready and drop to 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Venom is going to attack for 2 plus a boost. I'll defend for 3, and we'll use this Hard to Ignore to pay for Not Today. So I'm defending for 5. And then I'll get to remove 2 threat from a scheme. Ooh, that's not bad. Oh, I forgot threat does go up by 1 here, so to 3. So he's going to attack for 2 plus a boost. I'm defending for 5. He attacks. All right, so he attacks for 2. No, no boosts here, but we'll resolve the boost ability after. Well, I guess this doesn't count as part of the attack. So I will go ahead and ready off of this and remove 2 threat from a scheme. So Tooth and Nail gets defeated. And then remove 2 chime counters from the bell tower. If the bell tower is on its quiet side, take a damage. If it's on its ringing side, remove a threat from the scheme. So I take a damage. All right. Then we'll get an encounter card, which is Now We Are Angry. And that comes in with 2 counters. And it says Venom's attacks gain overkill. After Venom takes any amount of damage from an attack, remove 1 rage counter here. Of course, since I didn't take any damage from that attack, we get to remove a threat from the main with Hard to Ignore. Okay, not a whole lot I can do this round, except we're going to take these 2 to pay for Spider-Man Auto Octavius. If I had an upgrade, I guess I can go ahead and ready this upgrade. It's not really tech or anything like that. And we'll have him fort for 1. And then Ghost Spider will attack for 2 on Venom. And then his response is after you attack and damage Venom, a card with the card you control, place 1 face down boost card on your identity. So I didn't damage him because the next time this character would take any amount of damage, discard the status card instead. So he didn't get damaged, so I don't get that extra boost. We're going to go ahead and ready here, but I also don't remove this. We'll drop to 5. We get another Phantom Flip, Strength, Energy, Spider-Man, and Sidestep. So the question here becomes, is it worth overpaying for Spider-Man? Probably. Probably. All right, so threat's going to go up by 1 to 2. Venom's going to attack for 2, 3 plus a boost. I'll defend for 3. Ooh, he's going to hit me for 4, and these are going to have 2 counters on them each. All right. So I take a damage from that attack. We don't get to trigger Hard to Ignore. And our encounter card is Common Criminal with Surge. Into For Whom the Bell Tolls. So we take another damage for that. All right. Well, I should have sidestepped, but I didn't. So I'm going to use Strength, Sidestep, and Phantom Flip to play Spider-Man. I will go ahead and have him thwart 2 off of the main. He'll take a consequential and go ahead and ready me. This Spider-Man is going to hit Venom for 2. So he'll get a face down boost and remove a counter off of his Now We're Angries. That does defeat him. And then after a Web Warrior ally leaves play, choose a player. That player draws a card. I choose myself. Of course, it's a card I can't pay for. And we don't have any physical resources. So I'm going to go ahead and hit for 2 on Venom. Drop that to 14. He'll get another face down boost. But we get to remove the Now We're Angries. Let me know if you're not supposed to be able to remove both at the same time. It just says when he takes a certain amount of damage from an attack. He's down to 14 health. I think the next few attacks that we do will go to the bell tower. But we shall see. So we're going to stay up here, I think. I think we'll be okay, and we'll draw up to 5. Subdue will be helpful here. Ooh, and so would Web Binding. Although with Web Binding, we could just defeat the Common Criminal here. Alright. So threat will go up by 1 on the main. Venom's going to attack for 2 plus 3 boost. I think we'll do Energy or Web Binding. Oh, I can't. It has to be a mental. There has to be a mental in there. I could use unflappable. No, yeah, we'll do Spider-Man for subdue. And I'll defend for 3. So basically, he's attacking for -1. 0. I'm stunned. And he's attacking now for 2 minus 3. So -1. So he's attacking for 2. I defend. No, he's attacking for 0. And I defend for 3. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I take no damage for that. I resolved an interrupt, so I get to ready. And then we will get to trigger hard to ignore to remove the threat. Common criminal will attack for 1. I'll just take it. Get an encounter card, drawing near. Oh. Forced response. After your turn begins, discard the top card of your deck. Place 1 pursuit counter pursued by the past for each printed resource icon on that card. Discard an identity-specific card from your hand and discard this card. Okay. So we flip the top. Oh, defensive conditioning. No. So we get a counter on pursued by the past. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to exhaust to clear my stunned. And then I'm going to flip down to alter ego because I will need to heal anyways. And then, actually, before I flip down to alter ego, because I exhausted to clear my stunned, I will have Spider-Man hit on the common criminal for 2 to ready me. And then I'll flip down and heal for 3, go up to 9. I'll discard web binding to get rid of drawing near. All right. And we'll ready and draw up to 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Web bracelet. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Also, Hobie Brown is good. Threat will go up by 1. Venom will scheme for 2. And then we place pursuit counter pursued by pass. This goes up to 3. And this goes up to 2. He schemes for 0. And our encounter card is Sinister Strike. Place from pursuit counter, then pursued by the pass. Then if it has any counters on it, this card gains surge. So this goes up and surges into improvised weapons. All right. I don't feel the need to heal, so I'm going to use energy to pay for web bracelet. And then I'll flip up. Really, there's no point. I could do these 3 to get rid of improvised weapons. If I do that, okay. Before we flip up, I hate doing this, but we're going to discard Hobie Brown to deal 3 damage to the common criminal and draw a card because of that action. Then I get to flip up and we will get rid of these 3 cards to get rid of improvised weapons. I'll thwart 1, dropping it to 2. Spider will thwart 2, being defeated, which draws me a card for Web of Life and Destiny and readies me. Then I'm going to hit for 2 and put them on the bell tower. Okay. Then I will ready and drop to 5, 3, 4, 5. That goes up by 1. Venom will attack for 2 plus a boost. I'm going to use Sidestep to pay for Riposte. So this, interestingly, is defense and not an attack. So I'm defending for 3, 4, 5. He's attacking for 2, 3, 4. So he's attacking for 4. This says after you attack and damage Venom with a card, you control place 1 face down boost. So he doesn't get a face down boost for this because it is a defense. So he's attacking for 4. I defend for 5. He'll take 3 damage from my attack, from my defense. And because it was an interrupt, I get to ready and trigger web bracelet. I get to draw a card, so it's Parental Guidance. Our encounter card, guard the bell tower. When revealed, remove each chime counter from the bell tower and flip it to its quiet side. Comes in with 3 threat. Treat the bell tower's printed text box as if it were blank. Actually, we're going to use Web Bracelet and Parental Guidance to pirouette and punch. When a card is revealed from the encounter deck, deal damage to the villain equal to 1 or more than the number of boost icons. So, and then cancel that card's when revealed effect. So it still comes in and still has 3 threat on it, but it doesn't remove the counters. So we'll deal 3 damage here to Venom. I would have been able to trigger Hard to Ignore from the attack. And now it's my turn. We'll go ahead and thwart 1 off of Guard the Bell Tower. And then ready and dropped 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Venom gets a threat on the main. He'll attack for 2 plus a boost, 2. And then we get the Enraged Symbiote. So I take 2 here, and then 2 from the Symbiote. And our encounter card is Unstable Sentience. Surge. When revealed, give the villain 1 face down boost counter. And surges into a Biting Retort. Venom activates against you. Each boost card turned face up during the activation gets +1 boost icon. Okay, so I'm going to defend for 3 on this. I'm at 5 health. He's attacking for 2. We'll put a counter on Pursued by the Past, 3, and 2 in direct damage. So he's attacking for 2, 3. I defend for 3, so I just take the 2 in direct. We put our Pursuit counter on Pursued by the Past. And, okay, I've taken the 2 in direct. All right. Which means this triggers. After you place the number of the counters here is at least 3 more than the number of players, remove each counter here. If your Nemesis minion is in play, it activates against you. Otherwise, flip this card over. After you flip to the side, find your Nemesis minion and reveal it. The lizard. And then search the set-aside area for Nemesis Side Scheme and reveal it. And then shuffle your remaining set-aside Nemesis set into the encounter deck and flip this card over. Love this, guys. Love this. I really don't, though. But I think we'll be okay. All right. All right, so on my turn, because it's my turn now, I'm going to use Ticket to the Multiverse as 2 resources to pay for Across the Spider-Verse. Oh, exhaust a Web Warrior card you control, so exhaust the Web of Life and Destiny. Search my discard pile for a Web Warrior ally and put it into play. We're going to grab Spider-Man Peter Parker. And then I could choose to spend 3 resources of any type to repeat that, but I think I won't. And Spider-Man is going to... What is he going to do? He'll thwart 2 off of guard the bell tower. Usually get 1 gone. He'll take a consequential, but he'll ready me. Then I'm going to attack for 2 on the enraged symbiote, defeating it. And we'll use 2 resources to pay for a ghost kick. And we will use... we'll deal 6 damage to the lizard. Defeats the lizard. And then I get to trigger Web Bracelet and myself. We draw up into the Scarlet Spider. And then I will thwart for 1 off of Regenerative Research. We will flip down and ready. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Threat goes up by 1. Venom will scheme for 2, 3, and we remove a chime counter from the bell tower. Goes up to 5. Oh, he would have healed 1 from Regenerative Research. And the encounter card is Experimental Injection. Attach to the minion with the most remaining hit points. If you cannot, this card gains Surge. Into In Cold Blood. The lizard attacks you. You can't play events until after that attack resolves. If no attack was made this way, this card gains Surge. Loose Ends. Search the encounter deck, discard pile, set aside area, and removed from game area for a copy of Obligation. Then reveal it. I think... Yep, there it is. Worried Father. During that reveal, if you change to Alter Ego form, discard a random card from your hand. If your obligation was not revealed this way, this card gains Surge. So the obligation was revealed. I did not change to Alter Ego because I was already there. So I don't think anything else happens. Okay. And then we find Sir Stacy. I'm not sure if he's in the discard. I don't see him. Okay. He's in my deck. All right, there he is. All right, so suture and set him aside, attach this obligation to him. So I'm going to set it right here so I remember it's there. I unfortunately probably will not trigger it this turn. All right, so I'm going to heal for 3, get me back up to 6, and flip up. I'll use 1, 2, 3 for Helicarrier. And then Pirouette and Punch will pay for the other hard to ignore. Spider-Man's going to thwart 2 off of the main. Take a consequential and ready me. I'll thwart 1 off of the main. We'll ready and drop to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. We get an extra encounter card. Five. Okay. Threat goes up by 1. Venom attacks for 2 plus a boost. I'll defend and use... Okay, so he's attacking for 4. I'm going to go ahead and use Preemptive Strike. When a boost card is turned face up, which it was just turned up, while the villain attacks, cancel all boost icons on this card. So he's just attacking for 2, I defend for 3. Then deal a damage to the villain for each boost icon canceled that way. So he takes 2 damage after healing 1. Okay, that resolves that. I get to draw a card. And then our 2 encounter cards. Friends and family, while in hero form, increase the resource cost of each event you play by 1. When revealed, place 1 pursuit counter on pursued by the past. Then if it has any upgrades on it, discard an upgrade or support you control. Well, because I didn't take any damage, I would have triggered the hard to ignore, so this would have both gone down. That would have gone down to 1, but we'll discard one of them. Alright. Okay, so on my turn, it's going to cost 3 resources to pay for Phantom Flip. So we'll do this. I'll thwart 1 off the main and use 3 resources. Oh my gosh. To pay for Phantom Flip. And remove the rest of the threat here because this removes 5 threat. Alrighty. Holding on to Across the Spider-Verse. I will hit Venom for 2 and this goes up to 3. If there are at least 3 chime counters here, flip this card. And then Spider-Man isn't going to do anything. Or will he? He won't. I'll go ahead and flip down. And we'll ready and drop to 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Threat goes up by 1. Venom schemes for 2, 3, 4, so it goes up to 5. Encounter card, Common Criminal with Surge. Into Common Criminal with Surge. Into Dark Designs. Place 1 pursuit counter pursued by the past. And if it has any counters on it, the villain schemes for just 3, so this goes up to 8. That was a close one. Alright. So I think what I'm going to do is I will discard Parental Guidance to get rid of Friends and Family. That sounds so terrible. And then I'll exhaust Gwen Stacy and remove this obligation from the game to add George Stacy to my hand. Helicarrier will pay for George Stacy. Then I'm going to discard Ghost Kick to defeat Common Criminal. Draw a card. And discard Ghost Kick to defeat Common Criminal and draw a card. Alright. Then I'll flip up here. Spider-Man is going to thwart 2 off the main. He gets defeated, but I get to ready. Ooh. I'm going to use 2 resources to pay for Across the Spider-Verse. Get Spider-Man back in. George Stacy is going to grab Pirouette and Punch. And then I'll thwart 1. That goes to 5. He'll thwart 2, dropping it to 3. I ready. And thwart 1 again, dropping it to 2. Alright, we're going to have to start trying to take out Venom here soon. I just get nervous with the boosts. 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Try a riposte. There it goes up by 1 to 3. He gets an encounter card, or a boost card. I'll defend for 3, 4, 5 with the riposte. So he's going to attack for 2, 3, 4. I defended for 5. He does not. I do not take any damage. So I'll trigger my hard to ignore, dropping this to 2. He takes 3. Actually, increase all damage Venom takes by 1. So he takes 4. That resolves Riposte. I get to ready and draw a card with Web Bracelet into Spider-Man Obi Brown. Encounter card. Surge and exhaust your identity. Swinging Assault. The villain attacks you. Give the villain 1 additional boost card for this activation. Oh, man. So he gets 2 boost cards. I think we're going to use Helicarrier to pay for Subdue. So he's going to attack for -1. He comes into play, and he comes into play. So he does not damage me. Don't believe I get to ready, though, because that's once per phase. That's fine. I could have pirouetted and punched. I just didn't think about it. All right, so now I think then what we'll do is we'll use these as 3 resources to pay for Spider-Man Obi Brown. Then Spider-Man will hit an Enraged Symbiote for 2, defeating him, readying me. And then I'll hit the other one for 2, defeating him. Spider-Man will hit Thwart for 2 and take 2 consequential for it. Then we will ready and drop to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. There goes up by 1. Venom attacks for 2 plus a boost. It's an acceleration icon. Okay. 2, I will defend for 3. Helicarrier will maybe pay for sidestep. He's attacking for 2. Ooh, he's attacking for 5. Helicarrier will pay for sidestep. So instead of taking the 2 damage that I would have taken, I will prevent that. And that will be that. So I'll get to resolve this and this to draw a card. And that goes to the garbage can. Okay, then our encounter card is Common Criminal with Surge into For Whom the Bell Tolls. So we remove 2 chime counters, and if it's on the ringing side, we remove a threat from the main. Okay. Not a bad deal. All right. He has 4 health. Gosh. So Phantom Flip will pay for Armored Vest. So I have +1 defense now, which is great. So I'm going to use 3 resources to pay for Ticket to the Multiverse. Remove Ticket to the Multiverse from the game. And then discard your hand, shuffle your discard pile into your deck, drop to your hand size, and ready each Ghost Spider card you control. So that goes out. We shuffle this together. And then we'll drop to 5. And we get to ready Web Bracelet. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, defensive conditioning. All right. So then I'm going to use energy to pay for defensive conditioning. I'll get to heal. I'll get to add 3 more health points. And then we've got Ghost Kick. What do we do here? I guess we could do this. I don't know if this is going to work. I'll attack Venom for 2. Actually, that does 3 damage to him, doesn't it? Then Spider-Man Obi Brown will defeat him. He'll go to the... Oh, hold on. Let's not do it that way. We'll have Spider-Man defeat him. Readies me. Spider-Man goes away. I get to draw a card. We flip Venom. He has Tough and Retaliate 1. This guy has 2 on him. Then I drew the card for Spider-Man, I think. Spider-Man will then attack him for 2 face down boosts right here before I forget. Attack him for 1 to remove his toughness. But he'll take a retaliate and a consequential, so he'll get removed. But we discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck and deal damage to the villain equal to the number of boost icons discarded this way, which will increase all damage by 1. So he's going to take 2, 3, 4, 5 points of damage. So it'll go down to 15. All right. Ooh. As long as I keep web binding in my hand. I'll hit the Common Criminal for 2. We'll use True Grit and Phantom Flip to pay for Ghost Kick. And we'll deal 7 damage here to Venom. So there's 2 on the Common Criminal. I get to ready. We get another boost there. Oh, hold up. I attacked him 2 more times, so he'd have 2 more boosts. I do 2 more boosts there. And then I would be able to draw the web bracelet. Spider-Man, Auto Octavius. Okay. I don't know if that's enough boosts or not, but I'm going to go ahead and use my last activation to defeat the Common Criminal. Alright. We'll ready and dropped 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then he's going to attack for 3 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boosts. I'm going to use Spider-Man, Auto Octavius, and the Helicarrier to pay for web binding. When an enemy would activate, cancel that activation. So he's not activating. So I don't think that I would give that other boost card. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he just doesn't get that other boost card. And so he's not activating against me. We do get an encounter card. In Cold Blood, the lizard attacks you. You cannot play events until after the attack resolves. If no attack was made this way, this card gains Surge into drawing near. Okay. Could be worse. It just cancels the when revealed effects, but theoretically, nah. Okay. My turn. We'll discard the top card. Ooh, there was a card I could have used to win the game. I will... I can't. Threat would be at 1 because I didn't add that, or actually it'd be at 2. We're gonna do 3 for Spider-Man Miles Morales. Venom does not have Retaliate. I mean, it does not have Overkill. So Miles Morales is going to get +2 to his attack. So attack for 4, 5. Dropping that to 3. Oh. And then I'll attack for 3. Defeating him. And that is how you beat Venom on expert mode with Ghost Spider. It really felt fun. I mean, okay, so I feel like maybe I messed some things up, especially concerning this amount of boost cards right here. Because I did reveal some encounter cards and some things like that maybe I shouldn't have when I did. But this was a really fun game, and I really felt like I was in control for the majority of it. I feel like Ghost Spider is really fun. I hadn't figured out how to play her before, but this seemed to really work. It seemed to really work, and there's some of it that's just like, and you're just not going to deal damage to me, which is just great. It feels so good. And she doesn't really need a whole ton of like help paying for her stuff. She just does. And most of it's cheap anyways. I mean, Pirouette and Punch is 2, Ghost Kick is 2, and Phantom Flip is 2. So most of that is good. I think this deck is really good at thwart management too. So I think that was great that we did get scary close to losing the main scheme. And I think all in all, this was just a fun deck. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And I'm going to post the deck on Marvel CDB. It'll probably have been posted before I make the video, but all is well. I mean, theoretically, we made an 8 out of 10 if we're trying to score. I don't think there's anything I could have done. I think it would have been really risky. We could see, okay, so if it gone up to 4, I'd drawn up to 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He would have attacked for... He would have had 2 damage on him. He'd have attacked for 3 plus this many cards, theoretically. Spider-Man would have defended because he doesn't currently have overkill, so it's 2, 3, 5, 7. We'd get pursuit counter pursuit by the past. There's the overkill, so 9. We get the symbiote and 10. So he'd attack for 10. He would soak 1. And then theoretically, I might have then been tempted to play preemptive strike to cancel it. So I could have survived. Then would we have been able to thwart? Not really. I really would not have been able to thwart, so we probably wouldn't have been able to move any of that off. But as it stands, we still won. Things are good. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. As always, stay twisty.